So Dr. Anthony Fauci is calling out Donald Trump and the Trump campaign for taking his words out of context in a recent ad that supposedly has Fauci praising Donald Trump for his handling of COVID, when Fauci has made it very clear that he is not taking partisan sides on this question or on any other question. I'm not going to play the ad because it's a piece of disinformation, but what it shows is that Donald Trump has done a good job with the coronavirus and that he's helping the country recover as he personally recovers. And then it plays a brief clip of Fauci saying, I couldn't imagine anybody working harder or doing better right now. But he's not talking about Trump in particular, or maybe even at all. He's talking about the broader task force effort to get things done. And it really isn't praise about Trump in any real way. Certainly not enough to associate those words without context in an ad that's basically telling you to re-elect Donald Trump. Now, this is what he told CNN, and I want to read you out his quote. He says, "In my nearly 5 decades of public service, I have never publicly endorsed any political candidate. The comments attributed to me without my permission in the GOP campaign ad were taken out of context from a broad statement I made months ago about the efforts of federal public health officials," Fauci said in a statement provided exclusively to CNN when asked if he agreed to be featured in the ad. And this is very interesting to me because it shows the internal hypocrisy of Trump and his campaign with regard to Dr. Fauci and the word of experts. Because on the one hand, Trump has attacked Fauci, and many of his supporters see Fauci as an enemy to them because he suggests they do things they don't like social distancing, wearing masks. And Fauci has, not in a partisan way, but has criticized Trump for hosting a super spreader event at the White House when Amy Coney Barrett was formally nominated. But Trump also knows that Fauci is widely regarded. He knows that. He knows that when it comes to this and probably many other issues, if you ask the average American, who do you trust more, Anthony Fauci or Donald Trump, they are going to say Anthony Fauci, especially those not already in the deep Trump bubble. The people that Trump needs to convince to vote for him likely trust Fauci much more than they trust Donald Trump. And so Trump needs to simultaneously downplay Fauci whenever his fact-based analysis and commentary gets in his way, but also try to claim Dr. Fauci as his own. You know, Donald Trump has noted that whenever Fauci does well or is seen as popular, Trump will say, well, it was my idea to give him all this responsibility, so really, I'm the one that's responsible for all the good work of Dr. Fauci. I should get credit for Dr. Fauci. But one thing I want to, kind of wrap this up with is a clip from ABC News earlier today. On ABC This Week, it was hosted by John Carl. He noted in a brief clip just how bad Donald Trump looks vis-a-vis Dr. Fauci.
Whopping 62% of voters say they don't trust what he says about COVID-19. We had hoped to talk to Dr. Fauci about both the outbreak at the White House and across the country. He was more than willing to join us, but the White House wouldn't allow you to hear from the nation's leading expert on coronavirus. In fact, they wouldn't allow any of the medical experts on the president's own coronavirus task force to appear on this show. But this morning...
And so what you can see there is the opening that shows that basically 2/3 of Americans do not trust Donald Trump as he handles this crisis. They just don't trust him. 2/3, which means even some of the people voting for Donald Trump don't trust him to handle this crisis. They must love him enough on the other things, but they don't trust him on this. That's where we're at here. And then John Carl notes that we wanted to talk to Dr. Fauci today, and Trump and his administration would not let us. And you know why that is. It's because Dr. Fauci will tell the truth, and the truth makes Trump look bad. Nothing partisan about it. Fauci's going to tell it like it is, and telling it like it is makes Trump look negligent and irresponsible, and he's putting his own ego ahead of the lives of himself and others. And he didn't want to do that. So you can see the hypocrisy from Trump and the Trump team. When they want to use Fauci, they will twist his words and twist his ideas to fit their narrative. But when Fauci has the opportunity to speak the truth, they want to silence him. Don't listen to these people. Fauci has made no endorsement, but I'll tell you one thing, and I know Fauci can't say anything. I don't think he would endorse this president.